Then Sports Central will be giving you guys our Pac-12 Tournament predictions for this 2023-24 season. It is conference tournament week, and we'll be talking about the Pac-12 Tournament here today, predicting the bracket top to bottom, and giving you a quick look as we can expect in this year's Pac-12 Tournament. So with that, let's get started looking at the top. We got Washington and USC. This is your 8-9 matchup. The Huskies got Keon Brooks, who's averaging 21 a game. He's easily one of the best players in the conference. But the Huskies have struggled a bit this season. They've won 3 of 6. USC, though, has kind of had a resurgence as of late. They've won 3 straight, even though it's definitely been a disappointing season. They also beat Washington in the regular season. But I do think that the Huskies are able to win in the tournament. I just feel like this team with Keon Brooks is going to find a way, and they do find a way to beat USC in the end. But this is one of those matchups that's really close and could definitely go either way. And they got UCLA and Oregon State, the Bruins 5 seed. They've lost 5 of 6 down the stretch. This team has struggled a little bit, but Oregon State on the other side, this team's actually, considering how bad of a season it's been, Oregon State is 5-15 in conference. They have won 2 of their last 4, so they've at least picked up a couple of wins down the stretch, but UCLA has, they did sweep the Beavers in the regular season, and I do think UCLA does knock off Oregon State there. Bruins are, despite not a very good year for them, they're still the better team. And then you got Cal and Stanford, 7-10 matchup here. These two teams are 2 of the coldest teams in the conference. Cal has lost 3 straight. They haven't been very good, and Stanford has lost 6 of 7. We saw these two teams split the series in the regular season. Both teams really, I don't see going too far in the tournament, but I do want to take Stanford to knock off Cal here. And then you got Utah and Arizona State, 6-11 game. Honestly, this is one that really could go either way. We did see Arizona State actually sweep Utah, so the 11th seed swept the 6. Arizona State didn't win a lot of games in conference this season. They were 8-12 overall, but they found a way. Whenever they played Utah, they really showed up, and I do think they do so in the Pac-12 tournament as well. We see Arizona State beat Utah for the 3rd time this season. That's just something. Arizona State really struggled against a lot of teams, but for whatever reason, when it comes to Utah, they really have played well, and they've been dominant this season. So on to the quarterfinals. We got Washington and Arizona. Arizona's won 4 of 5. They also beat Washington in the regular season. Caleb Love obviously been incredible. I'm taking Arizona here. I just don't think that the Huskies can knock off Arizona at this current point. Arizona has also had a lot of success in Pac-12 tournaments in the last couple of years, so I do think they end up in the semis. And then you got UCLA and Oregon, 4-5 game. This one really could go either way. Both teams, despite being 4-5, really haven't been great later on in this season. We saw these two teams split the series. I am taking Oregon here. This one's pretty much a coin toss, though. But I think Oregon's at least got a little bit of life at this current point. UCLA, it's no hiding it. It's just been a bad season for them, and I do think that it ends there. And then you got Washington State and Stanford. Great season for the Cougars. This team has really been impressive. They had a huge winning streak there mostly in February. They have lost 2 of their last 4, which is a little bit of there's a little bit of concern there. Is this team kind of going to be a little bit inconsistent heading into the postseason? But I do think Washington State probably takes care of Stanford pretty easily. They're just a much better team, and you got the duo of Jones and Rice, who have been overall really impressive this season. They also swept Stanford in the regular season. Then you got Colorado and Arizona State. I think Arizona State is a team that, I know they're 11th seed. They've lost 3 straight, but they do have a road to the semis for sure. But I do think Colorado and KJ Simpson will knock off the Sun Devils there, and they proceed on. So your semifinals are your top 4 seeds. Arizona, Oregon in the first matchup. Once again, when Arizona played Oregon this season, they typically showed up. They really were impressive, swept them in the regular season, and I do think the Wildcats knock off Oregon in the tournament as well. Once again, also for Arizona, just the way that they have played against Oregon for one, but also in the past couple of Pac-12 tournaments, I wouldn't be surprised one bit if they cruised on to the championship pretty easily. And then you got Washington State and Colorado. You got 2 teams that have had really impressive seasons. We saw these two teams split the series in the regular season, but I do want to take the 3 over the 2 here. I'm taking the Buffaloes. This is probably you could say the hottest team in this tournament. They've won 6 straight heading into the postseason. It looked like this team was really down and out for March Madness as well. I mean, they were in the next 4 out for it seems like forever, but they've jumped into March Madness contention, and I feel like if they can win a couple of games in the Pac-12 tournament, they should be in a pretty good position regardless of what happens in the championship if it were to happen this way to make it into the tournament. But I got Arizona, Colorado, 2 teams, really impressive seasons for sure. But in the end, I'm actually taking Colorado to win the Pac-12 championship. I do think that, Arizona is probably the better team in this matchup, but I do like how hot Colorado is right now, and I feel like if they had a chance to play for a Pac-12 title, I like their chances against Arizona to knock them off and proceed on. So with that, that's going to wrap it up for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on the Pac-12 tournament, your champion predictions, all of that, and I appreciate you guys all watching as always. My name's Evan. This is All Sports Central. Stay tuned for more. We'll catch you on the next one.